Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Something a bit different today. We are going to be doing a Legend of Zelda games tier list, and this is on tiermaker.com, and I will link this down below. So we are going through all of the Zelda games, and I have to say right now I haven't played a lot of the Zelda games, but I still wanted to rank the ones I've played, and I thought it'd be quite a fun thing to do, especially as we have the new Zelda game out at the moment, which if you haven't seen yet, I am actually playing this, and there's a couple of videos up on my channel now, so definitely go check that out after this video. But let's jump in. So we got the list down here. We've got all the games. So right away what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to add all the games that I haven't actually played to never played, and then we will jump in. And we're back, and the list has gone down quite a bit, hasn't it? Oh dear. Well, you know what? Now I know I've got loads and loads of Zelda games that I can play, so maybe we'll do some videos on them in the future if you guys would like to see. So, we may as well start with Breath of the Wild, because with this list, that's the most recent. Obviously, we've also had Tears of the Kingdom, but that's not on this list, so we're going to start with Breath of the Wild. And this one, for me, is going to be going in the top tier. So Breath of the Wild was this story time. So give me a minute. But Breath of the Wild was my first Zelda game that I played through all completely by myself. So the first few Zelda games I played with my husband, and he played most of it, and I just watched, and then I played some bits of it as well. But Breath of the Wild was the first one that he personally didn't want to play, as he just doesn't really play games like this anymore. So it was the first one that I purchased and played through all by myself, and it took me a year before I got to defeating Ganon and doing all of that and doing all the Divine Beasts. It took me so long, but it will always be my number one favourite Zelda game, simply because it was the first one that I went through and I did everything. And it even with Tears of the Kingdom out now, I would still say that this is my number one favourite Zelda game, because whilst I adore Tears of the Kingdom and I love everything we got added to it, in some senses for me, there's too much going on with having three layers to it, with the sky, Hyrule, and then underneath Hyrule, the Underchasms. I feel like it is, having all three is amazing, and I do adore exploring the Sky Islands so much, because I adored Skyward Sword, so very reminiscent of that for me. But I feel like maybe we should have got one with it rather than all three. That is a personal preference to me, because I haven't really explored much of the underground at all. It feels like there's too much going on sometimes. It feels a bit overwhelming for me, and again, that is just my preference, how I play games. But so how I've done it is I've explored all of Hyrule. I've explored most of the Sky Islands, obviously some that you do for quests, and then I'm just now exploring underground, which obviously it makes the game last longer because there's more to explore. But I would just say I like how Breath of the Wild handled being an open world game, for me personally, and it is one that I love to go back to. And on the channel, actually, we are playing through the Wii U version at the moment as well, so which is quite fun to do, because it's a little bit different. It's not as sharp as it is. I'm really excited to see how it plays on the Switch too when we get that. But that is my number one Zelda game, and it will always be my number one Zelda game. So so this, it's a bit difficult to read these for you guys probably, but this is the Link's crossbow training that they brought out on the Wii. And I don't know many people that have talked about this game at all, and I have played it, but I'm not gonna say it's the best game. I'm gonna put it in okay. It's okay. um, it's it for me. I never got on with the Wii controls, the Wii remote. I just, it's really finicky to use. Even now, going back and playing, I've got a couple of Wii games, and trying to play with it now still is awful. You're just there, and you can't get it to focus. It never picks up the sensor, and so for a lot of games, Well, like the Zelda games, playing them on the Wii, it's just awful because you would mess up because you'd be trying to get it, and then it would sometimes the sensor would just drop. Though I will say it's quite funny. Someone on YouTube was sharing that you can use little tea light holder candles, but light two of them, and the sensor will be picked up. I would say that works better than the sense bar, and I don't know why, but for me it just worked a bit better when I've tried it. So yeah, that's an okay game. I wouldn't recommend it. There's not a lot to it. It is just being in stationary in one area. I believe it's set with Link from Twilight Princess. If I remember, I haven't played it since it came out. It was quite a while ago. I'm pretty sure it's Link from Twilight Princess that you're playing as, and it's just a little arena, and you're just swinging your sword and you're throwing crossbows and you're just doing all this little sort of tutorial. Basically, it's basically a tutorial game. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying it. So next we got Majora's Mask. I haven't fully played Majora's Mask. I would love to go back and play more of this one. It's so good. I love the music. It's the moon is terrifying. I think we can all we can all agree the moon is terrifying. If I played this as a kid, it would have given me literal nightmares. So this is going to go in great tier up here. I love the music. The masks are so cool. Excuse the ads down the bottom of the page. It's so cool. I love the masks. The story is good. I love dark Zelda games. I especially Twilight Princess is another one of my favorite games. It's because it's so dark. I love the darker story elements. And this one, the time running down and every day you reset. It's so cool. I want more Zelda games like Majora's Mask. These older Zelda games, I would love if we got more of them because they're so good. This list is going to be very finicky because it's difficult to hate, for me to hate any Zelda game. But yeah, Majora's Mask is so good, and I need to play through it again and finish it actually as well because I've watched people play through it, so I do know what happens in the whole game, but I haven't completely finished it myself. But as any of these games, if you would love to see any playthroughs or even maybe even do some live streams, that would be quite fun of any of these games, then do let me know down below because I would love to play any Zelda game, just all day, every day, more Zelda. So we're going to move on to Ocarina of Time, and this is another one that I haven't actually completely finished myself, but I have watched played a few times. I really like Ocarina of Time. I am going to put it in good. It is good for me rather than great or excellent. It's difficult to do these lists because it's not like I hate anything that I play. It's just some things I have more of a preference to. But Ocarina of Time, excuse me, sorry. Ocarina of Time is so good. I love the music. I love the ocarina. I want an ocarina. Maybe I'll have to ask for one for Christmas. I would love to learn how to play an ocarina. The characters, you get the great meeting the great Deku Tree. He's so sweet, and then he dies. It's awful. That's why it's good because they kill the great Deku Tree. But I love. We got Epona in this game as well. I love Epona. We got to learn Epona's song, which, as we know, you hear in other Zelda games, like in Breath of the Wild. You hear Epona's song. Beautiful, beautiful music. All these games, the orchestra is hands down gorgeous. But a good game rather than a great game for me. Just as I said, I do prefer the darker elements of Majora's Mask for me personally. Right. So we're coming up to the end. So this, we're going to do Wind Waker. This is one that I've only recently started playing through actually in my spare time. I love the art style of this. So this was my first cartoony Zelda game. Obviously, we've now had Link's Awakening, which came out on the Switch a couple of years ago, and now with Echoes of Wisdom with the Zelda game. These cartoony Zelda games are so good, but Wind Waker, I love how much personality Link has in this one. Like the little facial elements he does make me laugh so much. I genuinely love this game just because of Link's so expressionless. Has lots of expression. Sorry, I don't know how to say that. Where other Zelda games he doesn't really have much of an expression. it's all expression in this one, and honestly, it makes the game so good. The characters are really, really cute. I love exploring the ocean with this one. You're riding in the boat, dragon boat. Like I said, I haven't finished it, but I still think it's good enough to add. I have all Zelda games I've watched someone play. Most, well, actually, no. The games in my never played, I've actually not watched anyone play those ones, so I haven't seen those ones at all. But these ones that we're going through, I have seen people play, obviously, over the years or watching on YouTube. This one I'm definitely going to be putting great, because it is a great game to me. The humor, I love our Gran so much. It makes me so sad because she's so sweet, and you go back and visit her, and she's just like, "Oh, I miss you," and it makes me want to cry. Calling myself out. But it's one of my favorite games. I we need more of the cartoony art style. I love that this is a cartoony, more open world Zelda game, which I would say is kind of an issue I have with the new Echoes of Wisdom. Is it's not it's top down 2D, which isn't really my vibe, I would say. But this is how I would do a cartoony Zelda game. This one I love. Right. So we'll do Skyward Sword. So Skyward Sword, I'm going to put in good. Right, and the reason for this is I love Skyward Sword. I love the characters in Skyward Sword. I love Link and Zelda together. They are so sweet. I love Zelda's character. Groose is amazing. He is one of my favourite characters ever. But the reason I'm putting it in good, not great, not excellent, is fighting with, oh my gosh, I can't remember what he's called, but the spiky weird toe dude. If you've played the game, you know what I'm on about. But it's just rubbish. I'm sorry. I want to love this game. I played this game so many times when it came out on the Wii, but it's rubbish. I'm sorry, I don't like him as a boss. It's just hit the toes. Okay, hit more toes. Stab him a few times. There could have been more to it. I would have liked more to it. Obviously, the graphics don't really hold up as well today. It's not scary. It's not the normal proceed of Ganon, how we see him normally. Even Beast Ganon would have been better than Togai. you know. Um, I'm gonna get his name wrong. I'm so sorry. I haven't played this game in so long, and I really should check before I do these. But Giram, is it Giriam? Giram, his side dude, his sword. He is a good boss. I like him. He's really fun. He makes the game amazing. I love every interaction we have with him and his weird tongue. It's so cool. But the main boss, I just nah. You know, can't really say much about it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. Trying to be nice. So it's in good. It's not great. Uh, you know, maybe if they remade it, maybe they could do some bits with that. But for me, that's a big no. Right. So I left both here because it's the same. So we got Twilight Princess, and this is the Wii U HD version, and then this is the Wii version. I don't think they changed a lot. I think people said it looks better and it plays a bit better. But I have played the Wii version, and this is going to go up in excellent for me. These are my two top Zelda games. Twilight Princess, I adore wolves, if you can't tell from the name of my channel, Luna Wolf. One of the reasons I chose that name when I was younger is because I've always been obsessed with wolves. Beautiful animals. You get to be Wolf Link. I love Wolf Link so much, and I love you can get him in Breath of the Wild if you have the amiibo. Speaking of, if you go online, you can actually pick up amiibo discs. I got these on eBay, and I got the Wolf Link one, and that made me very happy. It's dark. I love the characters. There's so much character development in this game. Wolflink, Mifa, I love Mifa. I love her art style. I love the castle. I love going into the twilight. The monsters are so cool. I love the fighting you do as Wolflink. If Breath of the Wild had never come out, this would be my top game, like, of all time. So Breath of the Wild did steal that place. but it's second close behind. But yeah, Twilight Princess, I actually would love to play this again. I haven't played it since it came out. I want to get the Wii U version, but the cheapest I have found it is £65, and I don't have £65 right now to spend on the Wii U version, but I may ask for it for Christmas, see if my husband will be nice and get it for me. But yeah, it's my top Zelda game. It's amazing. The music again is so good, especially when you're in the Twilight, or fighting enemies. I love how the music changes. Wolf Link has more personality than some other versions of Link have, and he's a puppy. So also puppy, cute. So yeah, obviously again it is held back by being on the Wii. For me, where I played it, being on the Wii controls suck. I am sorry. I don't miss the Wii. I'm sure you can tell. I'm sorry. I love the Switch. The Switch just was a really big game changer. Obviously, the Wii U we've been playing on the channel is really really good, but the Switch changed a lot of how I felt about um, games. Well, static games, because obviously I know you can take the Switch out with you, but if you look at, obviously I loved the DS consoles. We are getting off track, but I loved the DS consoles. Didn't love the Wii. Loved the Wii U. Yes, but Breath of the Wild and Twilight Princess are my two top S tier, I would say, games. If I had Tears of the Kingdom here to put on the list, I would be putting it here in great, because I am not going to sit here and say, oh, it's a bad game, because it's not. It's an amazing game. I adore it. It looks so good. It sounds so good. It's just not Breath of the Wild for me, because Breath of the Wild was my first. You know, you never forget your first experience of a game like that. So this has been my list. I'm so sorry that we got a bit off tangent. It's a bit of a longer video, but I hope you've enjoyed. I would love to know, guys. Please let me know down in the comments, what would your tier list be for the games? And I'm sure you guys have played way more than me of the games, but let me know. And thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like button and subscribe, and I will see you in our next video. So bye.